He's doing very well in that placement.
And am I correct in saying it looks like he just turned 1 a few days ago?
Yes, on July 28th.
All right. And so, is he developmentally on track?
Yes.
All right. Does he do any kind of ECI or any other kind of services?
No, ma'am.
All right. And has the placement kept up to date with all of the required medical and dental appointments?
Yes.
All right. And so, at this point, what sort of visitation are the parents having with? Is it Zayden or ex Zayden?
Xaden.
Ex Zayden. All right. What kind of visitation are they having?
Um, his father is at 1 hour a week, and his mother is at 4 hours per week.
All right. And are they both having supervised visits?
Yes. St. Francis Ministries provides a supervisor for Xavier's visits, and the kinship placement supervises the visits for Riley.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So let's talk a little bit about the progress the parents have been making on their service plans. And let's start with Miss Jones. What services does she still need to complete at this time?
She has 3 parenting classes left.
Okay. And what has been going on as far as her communication with the department?
The July visit went very well, but previous to that, very volatile. Um, I'm hoping since the July visit went so well that we're on a better track. But prior to that, very argumentative and aggressive. So I do not go to those visits alone.
And those are the visits between you and Miss Jones, correct?
Correct.
And now as far as keeping you up to date on employment and everything, what's been going on there?
Yes, she keeps me up to date on all of those things.
Has she provided any pay stubs?
I've not gotten any pay stubs yet, but she does stay in communication with me. And anytime she has changed jobs, she has let me know.
How many times has she changed jobs since the case has begun?
Currently, let's see, she's on her third job.
Okay. Does that, I guess, inconsistency cause any kind of concern for the department?
Yes, I'm hoping that she'll stay where she's at for a while. She had mentioned wanting to change jobs again, but I did speak to her about employment stability. So I believe she's intending to stay where she is for now.
Now she has a place of her own, correct?
Correct.
And have you been out there to see if that would be an appropriate place for her to reunify with Xaden at some point?
Yes. I've seen the home. It's fine. She has a crib set up for him. Um, we did speak at the July visit. She's wanting to find a house with 2 bedrooms. She found a place that she feels like would be safe and appropriate where he would have his own space. Um, I asked her before she signs anything and agrees to move, to let me do a walkthrough with her, to see if it would be safe and appropriate. And if it's a step up, like an improvement in residency, then we would be on board with that move.
Okay. What has she told you about her intentions regarding the father, Mr. Nevins?
She stated that um, currently they do text about Xaden, and that she wants to do the couples counseling, and she has no intention at this time of getting back into a relationship with him until she knows that he really has made changes, and not just with the domestic violence, but also just little things with him being mature and responsible as an adult and father.
Okay. What have you told her about doing that referral for couples counseling?
Um, that we would do that for her, but we need for Xavier to be further along in his services before we can add another thing for him.
And specifically, where you want him to complete BIP before considering couples counseling?
Yes.
Now, let's talk a little bit about Mr. Nevins and the progress he's been making. At this point, what services does he still need to complete?
Um, he has just started BIP, so he has a really long way to go in that. He has not started parenting classes. He just started anger management. I believe he's only done one of those sessions. I need him to test negative on drug screens consistently.
Has he been referred to do an OSAR as well?
Yes,
Has he done that?
he has not done that.
And you said he hadn't completed parenting, right?
No, he hasn't. He hasn't completed parenting.
Thank you. And so, as far as employment, what has he told you about that?
He is still employed at Cargill and has started weekend classes to get his CDL.
Has he provided you with any pay stubs yet to confirm that?
No, ma'am.
Right. And what has he said about housing?
He's currently staying with his father. He notified me about a month after he made that move. I have not been able to do a walkthrough of the home. I've only been allowed in the living and dining room area.
And was a home study previously done on that home?
Yes,
And what were the results of that home study?
that home study was denied for safety concerns.
And what has Mr. Nevins said his plans are for the future regarding Miss Jones?
He stated that they talk daily and that they have plans to do the couples counseling and then get a house together.
So is it your understanding that he's indicating to you that their relationship is much more imminently to, I guess, be back together?
Objection, you are leading in speculation.
Sustain.
Yeah. And so, well, let me ask you, how soon does Mr. Nevins indicate he wants to move back in with her?
He hasn't stated when, but he has said that they want to do the couples counseling and that they do have plans to move back in together at some point.
Yeah. And let me ask, does that cause any concern for the department?
Yes.
And why is that?
My first concern is that I'm getting conflicting stories. My second concern is that he has only completed, I believe, 2 or 3. The last time I met with him, he had only done 1 BIP class, so I'm just giving him grace of how many weeks have passed. I would assume he's done at least 2 or 3 BIP classes by now. He's doing that not really for us. It is on his family plan, but he's doing that as a result of a criminal case for another domestic violence incident with another mother of one of his children, or 3 actually of his children. So I just have concerns that this is a pattern for him, and I don't want for when the case is closed for Xaden to come back into care because of another incident.
And to be clear, was there domestic violence between Mr. Nevins and Miss Jones at the beginning of this case?
Yes, that was the reason for removal.
All right. And so, um, is it, I mean, let me ask you, do you believe that it would be contrary to Xaden's physical health and safety at this time for him to be reunified with either of his parents?
Yes.
And is that based off of what you just testified to?
Yes.
Are there still? I guess let me ask: are the domestic violence concerns still an issue for the department?
Yes.
And while and let me ask, Miss Jones, she has completed the domestic violence support group, correct?
Yes, and she continues to go on her own as well.
Okay, and so, but Mr. Nevins has not completed any of his domestic violence related services, correct? All right. And if the parents are wanting to get back together, would you want to see them both complete their domestic violence services before that became a consideration?
Yes.
Especially if Xaden is going to be back in the household of either of them. Is that fair to say?
Yes. And
Yeah.
especially not knowing if they're going to be residing together.
Right. Um, do you have, I guess, do you have any other continuing danger concerns regarding Miss Riley or Miss Jones and Mr. Nevins?
Those are the main concerns.
Yeah. Do you believe the department is making reasonable efforts to reunify the children?
Yes.
And in what ways are they doing that?
Providing the resources and providers for them to mitigate the reasons for removal.
And do you believe that the visitation and helping to develop that relationship with Xaden is also a way to work towards reunification?
Yes, and we have increased her visits because she has made so much progress in her services.
And when did that happen?
I would have to look back through my notes for that. Give me 1 second. That would be on July 8th. We upped her visits.
And so, I mean, at this point, is the department would the department recommend increasing the visits or making them unsupervised at this time?
We probably could talk about increasing the amount of supervised time, but I don't believe we would be willing to go to unsupervised.
And is that because of the concerns that remain?
Yes.
I'll pass the witness, Judge.
All right, Mr. Naranjo?
Thank you, Your Honor. Miss Ashley, is the primary permanency goal in this case for family reunification?
Yes, ma'am.
And Miss Jones, she's currently working at Tootentone, correct?
I have not been made aware of that.
Did my office on July 16th provide to you pay stubs for Miss Jones?
I can go and look in those emails. It was my understanding she had not notified me. It was my understanding she was still working at Wendy's.
If you could pull that email up.
I'm looking. Yes, I have a pay stub from Tootentone.
So my office did provide to you pay stub for Miss Jones working at Tootentone.
Yes, it looks like she started July 5th, but she did not notify me of any employment change.
So it's not sufficient that my office notify you?
I wouldn't think so. It's in her family plan for her to notify me within 10 days.
Now, did my office also provide to you proof of Miss Jones's car insurance?
Yes, she had provided that to me as well.
And you currently have consistent communication with Miss Jones, correct?
Yes.
Now, you did testify about there being some issues with communication with Miss Jones, but my office, your office, and Miss Jones are all working to try and improve that, correct?
Yes, and the last visit did go well.
So I think we're making some progress in the right direction. Is that right?
Hopefully it continues.
Now, regarding the services, Miss Jones has completed basically all of her services and only needs 3 more parenting classes. Is that right? I'm sorry?
Yes.
Now, you've been to Miss Jones's residence. Is there any indication of anyone else residing in that residence other than Miss Jones?
I do not look through her things. I just meet with her in the living room and kitchen. I've seen the bedroom, but I do not look in drawers or closets, so I wouldn't be able to answer that.
Have you ever seen anyone else in the residence other than Miss Jones?
No.
Now, regarding the department, you said you're opposed to unsupervised visits as well as placing the child home. What is the department's plan as far as reunification, given that Ms. Jones has completed almost all of her services at this point?
I'm not the one that decides when she reunifies into the home. So, but I have been told that we want to see more progress and more honesty. There's a lot of confliction. The stories don't line up about what the relationship status is. So while we wouldn't prevent them from getting back together, we need to know what's really going on so that we can make sure that Xaden is placed in the safest way possible.
Would you agree with me that it's beneficial to keep both parents around a child?
Yes, both parents do get to see him.
My question to you was, would you agree with me that it's beneficial to try to keep both parents involved with a child?
Yes,
And would you agree with me that it's beneficial for Ms. Jones to be voicing wanting to do couples counseling with Mr. Nevins?
yes.
I'll pass the witness.
All right, Mr. Barfield.
Thank you, Judge. Ma'am, now you testified the BIP class that Xavier is taking now, and maybe this is just me mishearing. Is that required in his service plan?
It is in his family plan of service.
Okay. But he's taking it for another reason as well. Is that correct?
Yes, the main
Okay.
reason why I mentioned that is because we're not allowed to pay for it.
Right. Okay. All right. And do you recall, you mentioned where he's living, there were safety concerns in the home study. Do you know what those safety concerns were?
Criminal background.
A criminal background on whose part? My clients or someone else living in the home?
There are people living in the home.
Okay. All right. And to your knowledge, he is employed at Cargill, but you need some pay stubs.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So has he completed any services at this point?
He completed his psychosocial and he completed his counseling.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Ms. Wiggins.
Thank you, Judge. Miss Ashley, has the mom indicated to you that on multiple occasions that she wished she had just never called the police so this never would have happened?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And how recently were those statements made to you?
I would say the last time it was said was in June.
Okay, so just a little over a month ago, she indicated that she just wished she had never even reached out about the domestic violence. Okay. Is that a concern to you that if the child is placed back in the home, that she won't reach out to CPS if something happens, domestic violence?
Yes,
Okay. And how many hours of visitation is she getting right now?
4 hours.
I'll pass the witness. Oh, wait, sorry. Paternal grandparents, are they having any visitation?
No, they were at the birthday party that they had for Xaden, but we don't have visitation scheduled for anyone other than parents at this time.
Okay. And are y'all opposed, or is the department or St. Francis opposed to paternal grandparents getting maybe a visit once a month? Supervised?
I would have to, I'm not the one that makes that decision. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I believe there are concerns at this time because of the criminal history.
Okay, I'll pass the witness, Judge.
All right. Miss Ashley, at the time of the report was written, Mr. Nevins hadn't started parenting, but are you saying he has engaged? He's just not finished?
I believe he just started anger management. I would have to confirm with him if he has actually started parenting. I know he was ready to start and I had told him how to do that, but I'm not 100% sure that he has actually started parenting.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. All right. Then, anyone have further questions for Miss Ashley?
No questions.
All right. Then, Ms. Wildman, do you have any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Then, Mr. Dronho, well, I guess we can, you can call whatever witnesses you want, but I guess we can start dealing with your motion to change placement or visitation.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would call Riley Jones.
Okay. Ms. Jones, if you'd unmute.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We need to see you if you can turn on your video.
Okay, I'm trying to do that. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Thank you, ma'am. If you'd raise your right hand, you swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Miss Naranjo.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Jones, can you state your full name?
Riley Ann Jones?
And are you the mother of Xaden Nevins?
Yes, ma'am.
And is his Xavier Nevins?
Say that again. You're cutting out.
Is Xaden's father Xavier Nevins?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you currently in a relationship with Mr. Nevins?
No, ma'am.
Do you plan on being in a dating relationship with Mr. Nevins right now?
Not at this moment.
What would need to change for Mr. Nevins for you to consider being in a relationship with him again?
Just continuing to grow and just mature and finish his classes. And then I would like to see that we can be successful in relationship counseling and that it goes well and that there's actual, like, not just doing it and actually learning from it.
And if he fails to do or complete these things, would you still consider getting into a relationship with him?
No.
Now, are you asking for your son to be placed home with you today?
Yes, I am.
And if your son were placed home with you, would you allow Mr. Nevins to have any contact with him that's not court-ordered?
No, ma'am.
Would you do everything to protect your son from Mr. Nevins if need be?
Yes, ma'am.
And if the court denies your request today to place your son in your home, are you asking to have unsupervised visitation with your son?
Yes, ma'am. At least so y'all can see that I can be with my son alone and give me that little bit of leniency and trust.
And if you're allowed unsupervised contact, would you also ensure that Mr. Nevins does not have any contact with the child during your time?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll pass the witness.
All right. Miss Wildman?
Ms. Jones, do you understand why the department has these ongoing concerns about domestic violence?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand in particular the concerns that were raised by Miss Wiggins that you have consistently said you wish you hadn't called the police?
I wouldn't say I consistently said that.
Well, you've said it more than once, correct?
Maybe once or twice, but nothing recent. I believe that was in the beginning of my case when I was very overwhelmed with lots of emotions.
All right, well, and not to belabor the point, but Miss Ashley said she believes the last time you said it was in June, so that wasn't that long ago, was it?
I don't believe saying it that recent.
Okay. Now, when are you planning on moving from your current, I guess, apartment?
It's gonna be after paychecks and stuff like that. Like, it was nothing. I've been looking at houses. I talked to her and I told Christy that it wouldn't be in a rush. I would have to get the paychecks and everything together. And my grandma also wants to walk through and check everything out. And I want to make sure it's the right neighborhood and everything for my son. So it's nothing that I was going to do within like 2 weeks. Not at all.
Do you understand that the department would probably want you to do that and finalize where your son would be before they placed him back full time?
Yes. That was my plan, to try to get a house before he comes home so he could have his own space in his own room and a backyard to play in and
Okay,
not an apartment.
So you're not asking for him to be placed back today. You're asking that he potentially be placed once you've got, I guess, a larger home or a more appropriate home. Is that correct?
I wouldn't say that. I am asking for him back today. He's fine here and he has a crib and everything here. And I think it would be okay if he was here while I get ready for everything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it would mess with anything.
But do you understand how the department would need to then reapprove another home if you were to move?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. As far as couples counseling, when do you want to begin that?
I've already spoke with Michaela, Christy's supervisor, about it at our last meeting that we just had about 2 weeks ago. And she said that she would approve for it to be done, but it would have to be after Xavier finishes his BIP classes.
Okay. And
And I
so,
was fine with that.
Perfect. That was my next question. Did you understand how the department would probably want you to have completed the couples counseling and him to have completed BIP before we could fully send Xaden home?
Yes, ma'am.
No further questions, Judge.
All right, Mr. Barfield,
I have no questions of this witness, Your Honor.
Ms. Wiggins.
No questions.
All right, Ms. Naranjo, any other witness concerning your motion?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Barfield, any witnesses for whatever?
I'll call my client for all purposes. Let's just go.
Okay, all right. Mr. Nevins, if you'd raise your right hand, please. You swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Mr. Barfield.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Nevins, let's just first off, are you employed at Cargill?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been employed at Cargill?
Over a year now.
Do you have pay stubs you could give Miss Ashley so that so that she would be able to paper her file so that there's documented documents that prove you're at Cargill?
Yes.
Okay. How long would it take you to get those to her?
I could do it right after this.
Okay, I would appreciate that. Next, now let's talk about your living situation. Where are you currently living?
I'm living with my dad.
Okay, who else lives in that residence?
His wife and one of her kids.
Okay, and how old is that child?
He is 19.
Okay, so he's an adult.
Yes.
Okay, now you've heard some testimony regarding criminal charges in that home about some occupants in the home. Are you aware that other individuals have criminal histories in that home?
Yes, it's my father had went to prison over 10 years ago.
Okay, all right. Now, currently, let's talk about your services. What is your staff? How many parenting classes have you taken?
I'm on week 6 with parenting.
Okay, how many weeks are left in your parenting?
5 weeks.
Okay. How many BIP classes have you done?
I'm on week 9.
Okay. How many more weeks of BIP do you have to go?
9 more. So it'll be like mid-September that I'll be finished with it.
Okay. Now you understand, have you undergone an OSAR assessment?
Yes, I done it.
When did you do that?
It was the OSAR thing was when I started the parenting, so about like 5 weeks ago, I think, or somewhere around there.
Okay.
When
Okay. Do you know what recommendations were made pursuant to your OSAR evaluation?
Yes.
What recommendations were made in regards to your OSAR evaluation?
Is it OSAR with the drug screening or something, or drug
That
class?
is correct. The OSAR is the drug screen. Yeah, that is the drug screen that you went to.
Yeah, they didn't recommend me doing the
Judge,
drug.
I'm going to object to hearsay at this point without the evaluation having been turned over to anybody.
Well, I don't know. If he got it, I assume the department got it, so I'm gonna overrule that. Have you seen the OSAR recommendations, Mr. Nevins?
Yes, sir. That's
Okay.
who I parenting with. The same.
So tell me what excuse me, tell me what they recommended.
They recommended me do parenting, and they don't. I guess they didn't recommend me doing the drug classes.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Mr.
Thank
Barber.
you. Yeah, thank you, Judge. Now currently, your visits, you're getting 1 hour per week, supervised by the department.
Yes,
How are those visits going?
they're great.
Okay. In regards to, let's talk about your relationship with Miss Jones. Okay. Currently, you heard testimony about, couples counseling in this hearing?
Yes.
What is your understanding right now about your relationship with Miss Jones and its status?
We are doing what we can to get our son back at this point, and we're not really too much pushing the relationship.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now, do you believe that at some point, either couples counseling or co-parenting classes or something like that would be beneficial down the road?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right now, do you feel like you need to complete the current services you're working before you get added on more services.
Yes. Whenever I had spoke with Christy, she told me that we could start the couples counseling whenever I got halfway finished with BIP. It wasn't the whole. She didn't tell me that we had to do the whole. I had to finish it off. She said halfway, and then we could work from there.
Okay.
With halfway, so.
Okay. So would you agree with me? You've gotten started, but you still have some work to do. Would you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
And are you going to get that all that stuff completed timely?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have anything else that you have any questions about what you need to be doing to satisfy your service plan?
No, I'm doing the parenting, the anger management, and the BIP every week.
Okay. We'll talk about residents. I think at this point it would be premature, don't you, to talk about moving residences and everything like that, given you have so many classes to finish.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your Honor, that's all the questions I have.
All right, thank you. Mr. Nevins, were you ordered to do counseling?
Yes, I already finished it.
You finished your counseling?
Yes, I
Okay.
actually finished my anger management and like counseling together, but they told me that they couldn't do it together, so I have to. That's why I'm doing anger management again.
Okay. The only reason I ask is a lot of times counselors won't go into couples counseling unless both parents have completed their individual counseling. That's why I asked you that. So, all right. But what did your grandfather go to prison for 10 years ago?
Drugs.
Okay. And you mentioned that his wife lives there and a 19-year-old son. Does either of those people have criminal backgrounds?
No.
Okay. All right. Okay, thank you. Then Ms. Wildman, questions for Mr. Nevins?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Nevins, are you sure about that? That nobody else in that home has criminal history?
Yes, I'm positive.
So if the home study was denied in part because of somebody else's criminal history besides your father's, would that be a surprise to you?
Well, they said that there was allegations, and the one that they were trying to say was the other son that my dad's wife had, and
Okay.
he's in the Navy, so he went to the Navy months ago.
Okay. Are you aware that there were some concerns about the caregivers making some self-reported, I guess, admissions of substance abuse?
No, they don't use substance abuse.
Yeah. And if that was a concern that was raised based off of their statements in the home study, I guess that would also be a surprise to you, correct?
No, I've seen the home study, and it doesn't have any of that in there.
Okay. When you talked about the OSAR, were you certain that you completed the OSAR, or was that a psychological evaluation?
It was the OSAR because I went to Texas Panhandle Center to do it with the counselor. I guess she is, whatever she is. I don't know exactly.
So were you honest with them about your ongoing marijuana use?
Yes, I was.
Okay, and so it's your statement today that even admitting to ongoing marijuana use, they did not recommend you complete any additional services?
No, because the last time I had used marijuana was before this case had happened.
Okay, well, you've tested positive for marijuana since this case has been ongoing, correct?
That was at the beginning of the case.
Okay, well, let's take a look. You tested positive at the end of April, correct?
Yes.
All right, and then give me a moment. I guess I'm confused then. So if you reported ongoing marijuana use to the OSAR, but you're saying you're not using now, how do they have the best information?
Objection, speculation, Your Honor. Asked and
Overruled.
answered as well.
Overruled.
Your Honor, I would object to misstating the evidence. That's not what he said that he was continuing use. He said that he had stopped at the beginning of the case.
I'd asked him, Judge, if he had reported his ongoing use, and he said yes. And
Okay,
now
so
he's saying he's not using.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you just said, Ms. Wildman.
I apologize, Judge. I asked him if he had reported his ongoing use to the OSAR evaluator, and he said yes, and now he's saying he's not using. I think those are two inconsistent statements that.
Well, ongoing can mean a number of things. If you want to ask him if he was using back in April when he tested positive, I think he could answer that.
Okay. Let's see. And then, Mr. Nevins, what proof have you provided Miss Ashley of completing any of those services? Have you given her any sort of update?
I gave her the certificate. I took it to her office
Certificate for what?
for the counseling and that's it. The counseling, and then I sent her all the information, which they also send her in the email. They
Okay,
keep.
Sorry, you broke up there, Mr. Nevins.
I said I gave her the certificate, and then they also email her, and I let her know my progress. So
Your progress on what?
on my classes.
On all of your classes, you've updated her on your progress.
Yes, we just had a meeting last week, and we went through all this, how far I was. So
Okay. Well, and I think Miss Ashley, you had told her you were going to begin parenting, but you didn't give her any additional updates of the progress you'd made since then.
she hasn't been here in town. I guess she went out of country for a week or two, and I don't know. I have let her know though, and also I let her supervisor know.
Okay. How did you do that?
We went to the meeting last week, and then her supervisor had called me. Then she did the home visit, and I let them know as well. Then
I guess that's where I'm confused. Is it seems like you've made a lot more progress than you told them you had as of last week. So
yes,
have you updated them on?
since Chrissy wasn't at our meeting, it was her supervisor. So.
Okay, I'll pass the witness, Judge.
All right. Ms. Wiggins?
So what's your current relationship status with Miss Jones?
What do you mean by that?
Are you in a romantic relationship with Miss Jones currently?
No, I just stated that we were working to get everything fixed, and then later on maybe we might get back together. But first, we got to get everything together before we do that.
Okay, so you're saying that you're not in a relationship with Miss Jones?
No.
Okay, I'll pass the witness.
Okay. Anyone have further questions? All right, then, Mr. Barfield, did you have any other witnesses?
No other witnesses, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Wiggins, any witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. I forgot to ask a couple of questions of Ms. Jones that I'd really like to hear her answers before I make my ruling. Ms. Jones, if you'd unmute.
Yes, sir.
In the report I read, it said that you told Steve Jennings during counseling that you're interested in continuing your relationship with Mr. Nevins. Is that a true statement?
I wouldn't say I said those words. I said that I would like, if he was to change, I would like to fix the relationship because I believe my son needs the both of us.
Okay.
And what happened happened, but I think we can both overcome that and mature. And as long as we're actually taking these classes and learning from them, I believe that my son deserves both parents.
Okay. All right. And then did you also tell the domestic violence group that you want you and Mr. Nevins to work out your relationships?
Yes, sir, in the future.
Okay. All right. That's all I had. Okay. If no one has any other witnesses, then Ms. Wiggins' recommendations?
I think placement should continue for now with the child's current placement. I have no I mean, she's made progress. I understand that they are talking about relationship in the future. However, I guess at this point, I think unsupervised visitation is appropriate at this point.
Okay. All right.
Oh, and Judge, I would ask that the paternal grandparents, they have reached out to our office, and I know the paternal grandmother for visitation. I don't believe it's against the child, or I believe it's in his best interest to see his paternal grandparents supervised. I don't believe that would be a danger.
Okay. Give me just a second. Okay, then I will continue the department as temporary managing conservator. I'm going to continue the current placement today. However, I'm going to order that Ms. Jones' current visitation become unsupervised as of today, with the additional order that Mr. Nevins not be present when she's exercising her unsupervised visits. I will order that the paternal grandparents have at least 1 hour supervised visits monthly. Okay, our next review hearing will be on December 1st, 2025. Did I order the couples counseling? Did I say that? No? Okay. I'm going to order the couples counseling. I'm not going to make that contingent on Mr. Nevins having completed the BIP class. I think typically a lot of counselors require that both parents have completed their individual counseling, and it sounds like both have. So I see no reason to wait till he completes BIP to get this couples counseling started. So I'll order the couples counseling. Okay, next hearing, as I said, will be December 1st. It will be by Zoom, just like today's hearing. So parties can talk to their lawyers or go on the court's online docket a day or two before December 1st to see exactly what time of day we'll have that hearing on December 1st. So, all right, that will conclude this hearing. I'll be back very shortly to call another Randall County case. This is an initial permanency hearing involving the Shelley child. Ms. Gutierrez is with us for department. Ms. Wiggins is with us representing the child. Mr. Michelson is with us representing the mother, Miss Brittany Shelley. Let's see, Mr. Michelson hasn't. Mr. Michelson, you're muted.
Sorry, Your Honor. Miss Shelley has been ill. She has strep throat and is experiencing some respiratory problems. And so she has a doctor's appointment, which she is probably at the present time. She's asked me if it's possible to continue this case until a time when she's better and can participate.
Let me look. Let me check some dates here. Yeah, it looks to me like we've got till about August 6th or so as a deadline to have the initial permanency hearing. Does anybody object to a continuance?
Your Honor, I don't object, but I do request maybe we do a stop and start just so that we're still within those, the deadline. Cause I don't think there's another hearing before August 6th.
And Judge, as I'm filling in for Mr. Jackson, I know I represent, I don't know that I necessarily have authority to agree to anything like that.
Well, you're representing an unknown father, so I'll just go ahead and I
Okay.
understand your position. So,
Thank you, sir.
well, I don't know that we have to stop and start it. We can certainly reset this before August 6th, which we've got 180 days from the original removal order, which I show was probably somewhere around February 7th. So Brittany, can we just get another date here pretty quickly?
I mean, it's August 4th, Judge.
Well, I guess that's right. I've got my time screwed up.
I know we're already in August.
I know the year's almost over.
Yeah, let's stop and start it. We got till I show, let me be sure I looked at my little handy dandy wheel right. Yeah, 180. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we're gonna have to stop and start it. Sorry.
That's okay. Thank you.
I didn't look at my wheel correctly. Okay, we'll do that. Mr. Michelson, I know you're kind of preoccupied this morning, so we'll start it very briefly and then we'll recess it and take it up. So,
And Your Honor,
Thank you, Your Honor.
if I could get Sylvia Garcia in, please.
all right.
And Judge, did you call the case?
Yes, I did.
You did? Okay. Since we are not having a full hearing, can I make one request though, just so the parties are aware? The child after visitation is breaking out in a rash. She has very sensitive skin. And so we're just asking that the parents don't wear any lotion or use anything scented. So the child doesn't have that reaction.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Nothing wrong with their visitation other than that. They just don't wear cologne or lotion or anything like that.
Okay,
And avoid, strong deodorant.
right.
And stuff. So
All right. So I've read, I guess we've established that, I guess I'll call the case. I just got through Mr. Michelson. Jade Scales is with us also. And I've read from the report that he has been found to be the father. Is that correct?
A genetic testing, yes, Your Honor. The issue is that he has an identical twin that was also involved with Ms. Shelley. I believe he has stated to the caseworker that he wants to be adjudicated as the father. But I would want to call him as a witness for that purpose. I could do that today or when we come back, Your Honor.
No, that's getting in the now. Which Justin or Jade Scales wants to be adjudicated?
Jade Scales has asked the caseworker to be adjudicated.
Okay, so if I recall this, we were having these conversations before. If we did a paternity test on Justin Scales, he might
was the-
he might also be found to be the father, correct? So,
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct. And I looked into the genetic testing. I spoke with the department. They said that those type of tests are very costly and take over a year to complete. So and they don't have anybody that they could send that to either. I do intend to talk to, I guess, when I examine Mr. Scales, Jade Scales, ask him about wanting to be the father and things along those lines.
well, is Justin Scales, is he going to come in objecting that if we name Jade as the biological father?
We have not been able to find him again, Your Honor. We found him very briefly. Unfortunately, I think the information shared in previous hearings is that he is not living a productive, sober lifestyle at this time.
Okay. Mr. Scales, do you have any contact with your brother?
I do. He's been in and out of the hospital. They found a mass on his kidney while they were removing some kidney stones. And yeah, he's fat and sober, so they don't know what he's talking I don't know what they're talking about.
Oh, I
But
apologize then, Mr. Scales. I
it's okay.
apologize.
That's fine. You just
The
haven't
question
been
is, if you're
informed.
having contact with him, is he going to come in and object if we
I have
name you?
sent my brother his lawyer's number, and that's about as far as I can go with it. Like he don't want to. Here's the thing. I wanted to take the baby because I'm the best shot for that baby, and I
Uh-huh.
still do. But I had a condition where I don't want Brittany Shelley or her family having anything to do with that child. I'm married. My wife's willing to step up and take care of this baby with me. And I'm sorry, Judge, but you don't know her. And I would sign that paperwork today if she didn't have anything to do with this baby. But I found out recently that she still has rights as a mother, that she's still fooling them. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to sign anything until she doesn't have anything
Well,
to do
okay.
with the
Listen,
baby.
you're way over what we're doing today.
I'm
Uh,
telling you,
well,
I
I'm
didn't even
just
know he
telling you,
had this. I
I'm
don't
not
have a
here.
lawyer, Judge.
Mr. Scales.
I still don't even have a lawyer, Judge.
Well, you've not filled out the paperwork because I don't have it.
So I need to come in and fill out for a
Yeah, you don't.
court-appointed
I don't.
lawyer.
Yeah, you've got to apply
Right.
to see if you qualify for an attorney. It just doesn't happen by magic.
What happened to the guy I was talking to last time, Jay? That's
I don't
just
know.
that's my brother's attorney. That's not our attorney because he
I don't
sure
know
was
who.
talking for me last time.
Excuse me. If you would just cool your jets for a minute.
Yes, sir.
I don't know who Jade is. We don't have a lawyer named Jade.
Jay, I'm Jade.
We have I
Jay
know you said
Michelson.
his lawyer Jade.
Jay
Are you
Michelson.
talking? Let me speak, please.
Yes, sir.
Are you talking about Joel Jackson?
No, Joe Jackson's her attorney, I believe.
No, Joel Jackson is an unknown father attorney. So,
No, it might be my brother's. Then I've talked to both of them, and I don't have anything to do with either one of them, Judge. I
well,
thought one of them was mine.
all right, let's listen. Until you fill out paperwork asking for a court-appointed attorney, you're not going to get an attorney. So you need to fill that out. You can get it from my office at the Randall County Annex. You can get it from somebody with St. Francis. You can get it with somebody from the department, but it has to be filled out completely. And then you have to get it either to them to get back to me. But until I see that paperwork, you will not have an attorney. So that's as simple as it is.
Thank you for the information that I needed 2-3 months ago.
Okay,
I appreciate it, Judge.
All right, then. Let's go ahead, Miss Gutierrez, call whoever your witness is going to be, and let's put on just very brief testimony, and then we'll recess.
Thank you, Your Honor. The department calls Sylvia Garcia.
Okay. Ms. Garcia, if you'd raise your right hand, please. You swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Gutierrez?
Thank you, Your Honor. Sylvia, who do you work for?
I work with St. Francis Ministries.
And are you the caseworker for the child, Heavenly Shelley?
Yes, I am.
And who is her mother?
Brittany Shelley.
Okay. Your Honor, do I need to ask additional questions?
No, I'll ask one just to see if she knows. Ms. Garcia, were you aware of the rash that Heaven's breaking out with after visits?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Do you agree that we need to just order that the parents not wear any type of product that might cause that rash?
Yes. They have at the visits, they've been doing that, but I know that it continues because she does have very fair skin.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'll recess at this time. I will, however, today I will order that the parents not wear any type of products to visits that might be causing the rash to Heavenly. So, okay, Brittany, when are we going to reset this?
How much time are we thinking? Because I can still get it in August, right? Is that because it's just now the beginning of August? So,
Well,
I think
we've called it. We're good now. We're good for 90 days.
okay. Teresa, what were you saying?
I think we would need at least 45 minutes for this hearing, if not an hour, Brittany, considering the contested issues.
Okay. Let me look at the rest of August. Teresa, I know we added quite a few to, I think it was the 18th. And the 25th looks pretty busy too.
I think that it could still fit on the 18th. I think we've got a couple of hours room still on that docket, Brittany.
Okay, yeah, that looks better than the 25th. So that would work for us as the 18th.
Okay. Okay, then I will go ahead and recess the case so that Miss Shelley can attend once she's dealt with her medical issues. I'll reset the remainder of this hearing for August 18th. The parties can go on the court's online docket a day or two before August 18th to see what time of day we'll have that hearing. In the meantime, I'm just going to order that the parents not wear any type of product that might be causing the rash to the child. We don't know it sounds like we don't know for sure that's what's going on, but we'll just try to eliminate anything that might be causing the rash. So, okay, we'll stand in recess on this case. Mr. Scales, if you want to ask for an attorney, get that paperwork filled out and get it back to me and I'll consider it. Be sure you give me a good address and phone number, and if you
Yes,
have
sir.
it, an email address, because that's how we'll notify you if you do qualify for an attorney.
I have a quick question, Judge. If they can't even find my brother, how does he have one?
How did what?
If they can't even find my twin brother, how does he have an attorney?
He doesn't.
How does Joel represent him or
Joel,
whoever
I
the
just told you
Jay
this.
represents?
Excuse me.
I'm having a hard time
Well,
understanding
if
any of it.
you're probably having a hard time because you won't quit talking so I can explain this to you.
Okay.
Joel Jackson represents any unknown father. It could be that neither you or your brother is the father, so Joel
Right.
represents an unknown father. He doesn't represent either one of you. Neither you nor your brother have an attorney at this point.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. As I was trying to say, we'll stand in recess until August 18th. I'll be back here at 10 o'clock to call another Randall County case. That is a permanency hearing involving the Carvey child. So, all right, we'll stand in recess. Y'all have a good week.
Hey, Judge, I'm going to
Thank
be
you, Your
filling in.
Honor.
I'm going to be filling in for Joel this afternoon as well, just FYI. And then I'm in on 11 with you as well. So I'm going to
Okay.
just log off for now.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Thank you, sir.
Y'all have a good week. We'll call Randall County case cause number 71330 in the interest of the Wayman child. We're here on a permanency review after final order. Ms. Gutierrez is with us for the department. Casa is with us with Miss Oliver and Miss Rowland, and Miss Wiggins is with us representing the child. I have Yolanda Novak, Nicole Flores, and Vicky Scone in the waiting room.
Nicole Flores, I think, is the parent, the terminated parents that has filed a motion to reinstate. Your Honor, we are also here on a motion hearing on the department's special exceptions to that petition. Her attorney is Stephen McBride, which I don't see in here. I don't know if maybe the other person that's in the waiting room maybe is standing in for him. And Yolanda is my caseworker.
Okay, I'll get her. I haven't seen the motion. I thought we were here simply on the placement review after.
Okay. I believe it's filed, Your Honor, but I'll double check.
I'm probably not in a position to hear that today since I haven't even seen it. And I haven't even seen the motion to reinstate, so I'll probably want to set that at another time.
Fine.
And Judge, the child was supposed to join and wanted to confer with the court, but it was regarding the motion. So if we're setting that aside, he may not want to confer with you. He may just want to just watch the hearing.
Okay, I don't know. I've got Nicole Flores, Vicky Scone, and now Will Rattan in the waiting room. So I don't know who might be who.
I think the mom is the Flores.
Uh-huh.
Miss Flores, that's the mom. I think because we're set for a special exceptions, not that I'm pushing, we hear it, but I think we could let her in and let her know
Sure.
what's going on, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll get her in. I don't know who the other two are. I don't know if one could possibly be Aaron.
Will Raton is the supervisor over the extended care cases, like once the kids are 18. So I don't think he's here for this hearing. Perhaps the other lady is going to be placement or for the child or something.
All right, let's just see who that person is.
Vicky is the CASA advocate on the case.
Oh, okay. All right. Then she comes in.
Not on this one. It should be Russell.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. And he should be, I hope.
Who's
there. Russell Moya is a CASA advocate.
Okay, I'm confused now. Who is Vicky Scone? Who do we think that might be?
Your Honor, if we could bring her in and ask, I'm just worried she might be here for Mr. McBride or something.
Okay, I've let in Vicky Scone, ma'am. Can you tell me which case you're here for?
Caleb Ledford.
Okay, we're not up to that yet. Let's see.
Okay.
Let me tell you when we are up to that one.
Okay.
It's at noon, Judge.
Yeah, okay. Ma'am, that case isn't until noon. I'll put you back in the waiting room, or you can just drop off and join again shortly before noon instead of just sitting in the waiting room until noon.
Thank you.
Okay.
The department calls Yolanda Novak as its witness.
Okay. Ms. Novak, if you'd raise your right hand, you swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, thank you. Ms. Gutierrez.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yolanda, who do you work for?
St. Francis Ministries.
And what do you do for them?
I'm a permanency specialist.
And have you prepared a court report that was filed on July 22nd of 2025 for this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, we ask that the court take judicial notice of that court report.
All right, so noted, and I have read the report.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yolanda, for the child, Aaron Wayman, how is he doing in his current placement?
He's doing okay. He's still adjusting to new placement, getting settled. He said he was nervous about starting a new school. Services are still being, new provider will be set up for him.
Okay. And his new placement is an RTC, is that correct?
Yes.
And is that the least restrictive environment considering the child's needs?
Yes.
Okay. And Your Honor, I'd like to ask her about the child's behaviors. We may need to get off YouTube briefly.
Yeah, we probably do need to. Give me just a second.